Well, thank you, Tony. It gives me such great pleasure to welcome you to the grand opening of the Fire and Public Safety Center of Excellence. And so thrilled that so many people took the time to be here today. I want to let you know a little bit about the derivation of the concept behind the center, and I want to thank some of the people who were so critical in making the center a reality. When I first started at Lambton, one of the first things I recall was Doug Scale, who's sitting right over there. He's one of our retired instructors. He was telling me about the fire school and how the props needed to be changed or refurbished, how the building was too small for all of the students, how the bunker gear smelled because we didn't have a drying room that was appropriate, and those were the positive things. Then I had the pleasure of working with the representatives from our Industrial Fire School Advisory Committee to develop a strategic plan for the fire school. And guess what? They told me that the props needed to be refurbished, that the drying room wasn't appropriate. Well, you get the drift. It became very apparent to everyone at the college that if we were going to increase the number of post-secondary students and increase the industrial training, that we needed a new facility. And as luck would have it, and as you have heard, our friends from Dow decided to donate the land on which the fire school sits today, and we were away to the races. A new fire school meant new opportunities for new types of learning, new programming, and new students. So we focused on what the colleges do best, and that is coupling theory with application, and on what we know to be the next wave of educational practice, and that is interdisciplinary study. Our center now provides both. So we added our criminal justice programs, our police foundation programs, our protection, security, and investigation program, and our paramedic program to our center. So they too can experience what it is like to work in emergency situations. They are not completely realistic, but they are an incredible simulation. And as this is the only fire school with fire grounds and a burn building in Eastern Canada, we believe that our graduates will be able to hit the ground running and will be highly sought after as a result of that training. In fact, we will have the best of the best right here. Of course, this dream did not become a reality because of me, but rather, like all things at Lambton College, it took a team of engaged and sometimes very frustrated individuals, and it is my pleasure to thank them today. Carolyn Chambers, who's going to speak in a minute, Chief and Associate Dean for her leadership. Henry Reiser, right back there, Dean of Technology, for his insight and background work. To Sandra Morrison, Academic Support Coordinator. Kevin Graham, Technologist. Doug Scale, Retired Professor. Tim Sparks, Professor. Michelle Dubé, Professor. Steve Knight, Coordinator and Professor. And Ron Sparling, Professor and Combat Challenge Aficionado. And all of the part-time instructors for teaching and working while living in a construction zone. We know it has not been easy, and we so appreciate your patience. To Paul Mantle, our Director of Facilities, he has demonstrated incredible leadership, perseverance, and patience, and we so appreciate that, Paul. Our architectural firm, ATRR, McMichael Group and Jim McLaughlin, Consulting Groups, VRM Consulting Services, Hastings and Aziz Structural Engineers, T.W. Gray Civil Engineers, and Tom Bess of Bess Project Construction, representing the construction company of Dixon Construction, President Tony Acabella, for this beautiful building. And thank you. I would be remiss in not thanking Mark Dragon, our Vice President of Administration and Finance, who provided therapy for Paul Mantle, who always managed to be positive despite the amazing things that we found under the ground when we dug, and who consistently found ways to ensure the project was fully funded. Thank you, Mark. Incredible. have gone through a full year of construction. They've taken taxis from our industrial partners' parking lots, have had their cars sink right up to the axles in mud, and throughout it all, they managed to study, to learn, to grow, and some of them even went on to once again become the best combat challenge team in the college system and in Ontario. I am so proud of all of you and what you've accomplished for the students of today and of tomorrow. Miigwech.